Hi, and welcome to the Sikich Seller Series. My name is Joel Hatton, and I'm a pre-sales solution architect at Sikich. This seller series is really designed to help you, the seller, understand what's important to your organization in order for you to be successful. Understanding some basics about the selling principles that are important to your business in order to drive pipeline and drive growth. Now, this seller series isn't going to show you functionality. We're not going to show you solutions. We're not going to talk to you about all this great stuff that's out there. Instead, we're going to focus in on the principles that you, the seller, needs in order to be effective at your job. We're going to start off talking about really some of the basics, what's important to the people you're talking to, and more importantly, what am I selling and why is that important to the customer I'm interacting with? Then we'll transition a little bit and talk to you about leads. Everybody gets leads, but where do they come from? Am I supposed to get them? Does the company provide them? What happens if they're really hot and if they're not? So understanding, what's the right mix for managing those leads. Now that I got a lead, what do I do with it? Do I call them right away? Do I wait a couple of weeks? Do I run right out there and knock on their door? So understanding that mix of how to interact with leads. I've got leads, I've got accounts that I'm working, I've got all this activity. What is the right mix of activity in order for me to hit my sales quota? There's gotta be a magic formula, and we'll walk through that. Then prospect says, yeah, let's go ahead and get together. I'm really interested in learning about your business. Then what? How do I dress? How do I interact? What do I wear? What do I say? What do I bring with me? All important things that you need to understand. Certainly you can ask your peers, but there's some certain things that you can do that other successful people have used in order to win the hearts and minds of prospects you're working with. Qualifying. Super important. Do I do it once or do I do it throughout the engagement when working with a prospect? All of that leads to a great conversation that we're going to have around presenting value. What's the value that my organization brings to the table? Why does that individual prospect want to do business with me? I got enough prospects that I'm working. I'm starting to build this great sales pipeline that I'm interacting with. I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to start closing deals. So how do I prioritize my pipeline? How do I get to the point where I'm closing deals and grabbing my cup of coffee? Then lastly, this is probably going to be our most popular episode that we put together, is how do I keep my manager off my back? They're constantly emailing me, checking in on statuses of things, constantly asking, did I call this person? Did I do this? Did I do that? How do I let them know what I'm doing in a fashion that provides them the information that they need so that they can communicate that upstream and I can get back to doing what I do best, which is interacting with my prospects and my customers. When looking at all of this, we're living in a new world. Everybody now is home-based. I mean, I'm working out of my house today, as our offices are closed. So how do I interact with prospects? How do I reach out to them? What are some of the communication tools that are out there that I could potentially leverage to continue having these valid conversations with customers while I'm in my house and they're in their house? They're still buying, the businesses are still up and running, they're still producing products. So how do I make sure they understand the value that we have today, which was the same as what it was months ago, exists, and how do I communicate to them? It's all talking about being successful in this post-COVID world that we're going to be living in shortly, and obviously how to sell remotely from your home. So I hope you really get an opportunity to click through this series. The goal again is to really focus in on you, the seller, and things that are important to you in order to do your job successfully. It's not going to be focused on technology and all these different solutions that you can implement or your managers are looking to use. This is really the tools and the tips and the tricks that you can use as a seller in order to be more effective, to communicate better to management, to communicate better to your customers, and to hopefully get to that closed deal quicker. We hope you enjoy the series. We look forward to talking to you in future sessions, and have yourself a great day. Thank you.